Up with KREM begins now.
On March 22nd, we take one more step in beating the virus and reopening our economy.
Washington State is taking a new step in its reopening plan. This morning, we break down the changes for businesses and restaurants in Phase 3. Excitement among high school sports.
We're just so ready to have something similar to what it used to be before the whole pandemic shut us all down.
We hear from parents' reactions to the new changes.
Well, this historic legislation is about rebuilding the backbone of this country.
From stimulus checks to vaccines, more help is on the way for Americans. This morning, we'll recap some of the big news from President Biden's message.
And the sun is up, sun is shining, and temperatures are ready to rise. I'll let you know where we are now and how warm we're going to get later today.
7:01 now. Thanks for being with us here on Up with KREM. We do begin with breaking news. This morning, 2 people are in custody following a shooting in Spokane Valley. The Spokane County Sheriff's Office reports it happened around 1 a.m. at the Perrine Apartments. Deputies say it stemmed from a disagreement from a sale of an item. Now, when they arrived, they found one person with head injuries, and medics took that person to the hospital in unknown condition. Authorities say a gun is involved in that incident, but would not say if the victim was shot. We'll keep you updated on that developing story on KREM.com.
On March 22nd, we take one more step in beating the virus and reopening our economy.
Well, good morning. Welcome to Up with KREM again. Thanks for being with us here. On March 22nd, Washington State will move to Phase 3 of its reopening plan. So that's about a week and a half away.
Yeah, Governor Jay Inslee making that announcement, saying our effort to stay socially distanced and to get people vaccinated has made this move possible. So here's what you need to know today.
Now, in Phase 3, restaurants, gyms, and shops can be open indoors at 50% capacity. 400 people max will be allowed for indoor and outdoor activities. Physical distancing and masks will still be enforced.
Now, outdoor events and facilities with permanent seating like stadiums will have up to 25% capacity for spectators. Everyone in attendance must be physically distanced and wear masks. This applies to pro sports teams too, along with high school sports and other similar events. And big news for high school and youth sports, expanded spectator capacity starts on Thursday, March 18th.
Now again, Phase 3 begins March 22nd. Counties will be reevaluated after that every 3 weeks. The first evaluation is on April 12th.
Local leaders are also responding to those changes as Spokane Mayor Nadine Woodward spoke to KREM about moving to Phase 3.
It's really important that he heard from those of us in Eastern Washington. And I'll tell you what, I think that a lot of people are very, very thankful that we are going back to an opening by counties and not by region.
What should be included in the Phase 3 plan. The mayor says she has not yet heard anything from Inslee's office about a potential Phase 4 going forward.
Well, local restaurants are welcoming those new changes. Owners can double the indoor capacity. Now, the owner of Bistango Martini Lounge in Spokane debated opening at 25%. It is such a small space, it might have been just more cost effective to stay closed.
Hard. 25% was awful. I mean, it was hard having guests wait outside for a table in the cold, weather. And on rainy days, they just wouldn't wait or sit in the car. It was tough, but we got through it. And as I told you back then, I just got really tired of complaining. And I just said, we're just going to open. I was able to bring back 3 of my employees, so I'm very grateful for that. And with the 50%, I've already called my other employee, so I will be able to bring back 1 more employee.
Well, she says at least 50% capacity allows them to break even.
The Washington Hospitality Association is also pleased with this announcement, but representatives are making the point that although restaurant and hospitality workers are deemed essential, they do not have access to the vaccines yet.
Well, I think the next big steps can be vaccinations and moving those forward. Restaurant workers and hotel workers are not included in this round of vaccinations. So we're trying to make sure that they are for the next one and move that forward. And that'll be a big...
Now, the Hospitality Association also released this statement, which reads in part, quote, "We look forward to continuing to provide a safe, highly regulated place for people to gather and help stop the spread of COVID. And we ask that you do your part to keep our team members healthy.
Well, these changes will come a little earlier for Washington high school athletes. Starting next Thursday, March 18th, the capacity for spectators at outdoor sports events will expand to 25%. KREM spoke to parents that are so excited to watch their kids from the stands.
I am so ready for our sports to be open and to be able to come and see them and bring grandma and grandpas and all of that stuff. We're just so ready to have something similar to what it used to be before the whole pandemic shut us all down, and watch sports and cheer on the boys.
And it's not just high school sports that will have fans. The Mariners will have 9,000 fans in the stands on opening day, and some Spokane teams will have fans return as well. So that's why, of course, we want you to join our conversation here on Up with KREM. What are you most excited to see again happen? So let us know, 509-448-2000. We're going to be talking about your results all morning long. We've gotten a lot of great ones, from Hoop Fest to the pavilion opening to that rock concert that might potentially be happening. So we'll see. Continue to send in your thoughts. Let us know. What are you guys excited about for?
I remember Jen mentioning the concert at the Pavilion that she was looking forward to, and just imagining that now, especially with months of inactivity, I think I'm going to have to jump on board with that.
Yeah, it was a new thing. They were going to start this whole concert series last year because it was the first year the Pavilion was really open for the year, and then, of course, things change. But yeah, I think they're trying to make some of those concerts and reschedule and make them happen again this year. So that would be really cool.
Yeah. And the Northern Quest outdoor concerts are really fun too.
Yeah. I'm so excited, but is it going to feel weird being that close to people?
Okay, I've had that thought in my mind. I didn't like people in my bubble to begin with.
Yes,
so the
same.
Pandemic has been good in that way, that you have to stay away from folks. I feel like it's going to be a change when we all get back together and we're all smushed together again.
It's going to be weird.
It's going to at least take a while for it to not feel odd. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Because even now, we've all kind of silently gotten used to what it's like to have a 6-foot space around us. It's going to be weird to see that slowly kind of work its way back in.
Pop the bubble.
Cringy.
That's right.
Pop the bubble.
That's right.
Oh, don't pop anything. That
Pop
sounds
it.
weird. All right.
Pop it.
Hey, Jeremy, what's it like outside?
It's kind of nice. Dana Marie, stop popping things. It's weird. Early on this morning, sun's up, sun's out. It is beautiful. No doubt about that as we kick things off today. It's gorgeous. You can see the sun shining down, and even though we're sitting at 28 degrees, it feels quite a bit warmer out here thanks to that sun. I stepped back into the shade, and it's quite a bit colder. It's that kind of start to the day, but that means that we are going to warm up quick. We don't really, I just tried looking to see if the cloud was still there. Basically not, because of all the sun. So temps are going to continue to warm up rather quick. Our overall weather pattern favors more ridging and more clearing out across the inland northwest. So as we head through the day today, what you can expect to see is more clear skies overhead and warmer temperatures. Take a look at what we're expected to hit later on today. 53 for us. Low 50s in North Idaho. How about 52 in Colville? How about 55 in Omak? 55 in Ritzville, and 50s down in the Palouse as well. It's a warm one, and there's no doubt about that.
Hey, Jeremy, how long do you think before you're, ditching the coat for the glasses regularly, the sunglasses?
By noon, I'm definitely not wearing this coat, but I would say still probably about a month and a half until I can be out here in the morning without it, just because it will still be those cold mornings.
Okay, well, we'll try to remind you as often as we can to bring those sunglasses to protect your eyes.
Right?
Hey, here at 7:09 this morning, in his first ever presidential address, President Biden announced a goal of returning to some semblance of normalcy by this summer.
If we do our part, if we do this together, by July the 4th, there's a good chance you, your families and friends will be able to get together in your backyard or in your neighborhood and have a cookout or a barbecue and celebrate Independence Day.
We'll have more on the bill and when you can expect your stimulus check to hit your bank account. Plus, the Grammys are just a few days away.
There's going to be stages that are intricately designed to be socially distanced, but at the same time engaging with the people.
We'll tell you what you need to know about music's biggest night that you can only see on Sunday, right here on KREM 2.